everywhere. That's not right. Come on, sync up. Good morning. Oh, I'm running behind on everything. I had the jacket. I just walked in the door. I had to put my groceries on my cutting table because Mr. Loki is a counter surfer. If I put groceries on the counter and I'm not attending him, if there's any kind of thing that sparks his fancy with his scents, he will destroy it. So, yeah. All the kids are out of the house in schools or at work, and I'm by myself. This is my favorite time of the day. Good morning. So yesterday I finished my I finished my modified Rowena, but man, I was slacking. Every time I went to go sew it, there was like a distraction every single time, and it was just really funny. I had a lot of fun sewing it. I didn't capture. I wanted to capture and make a really cool video, but unfortunately, that did not happen. Um, but I did make a really good just take regular pictures. I had to take some pictures for a bag that I was testing, and then I wanted to take pictures of the other Rowena that I showed you guys, with the berry gradient with the berry accents. So I did do a Instagram post for that yesterday and a story. I think those photos came out really awesome. Um, and I was preparing. I'm trying to do 2 Star Wars hitchhikers. I usually do 2 Star Wars hitchhikers and 2, um, Harry Potter, which I'm thinking I'm gonna do 1 Harry Potter, 1 Fantastic Beast. I haven't really decided, so I had my pieces and I'm, like, jotting down thoughts, and then, I think I'm gonna do Queen Padme. I'm gonna do Padme one because I don't really see her, and there wouldn't be a Leia, and there wouldn't be a Luke if there wasn't a Padme. So, like, I wanna, like, represent her with some rose gold. So it took me a while to organize the hardware that I wanted, and I was stuck on the color. I wanted to do a light pink or white, but I usually do that for Princess Leia. So I wanted to do more royalty colors, which is more like in the blues and purples. So I was on the internet for a, an obscene amount of time trying to find really pretty vinyl that can do it justice. So yesterday was a very interesting day. I feel like I got nothing accomplished, but everything accomplished, if that makes sense. Um, I'm trying to. They have this new theme at AwesomeCon that I guess it was there last year, but I really wasn't paying attention. They have this new theme for the vendors if we want to create buttons to give to people or just like to have swag at our tables. And these buttons allow people to get anywhere from 10 to 15% off. And I don't know how to feel about that because I don't know how to feel about that. Like, I know you can put the inflation or deflation into your price, and there it is. But I don't know. The pricing for the buttons that they are asking for is pretty steep. It's like $250 and like 40 cents for each backing. And I'm like, I can just literally make a button and put it on there. It's not a requirement, but it's a very interesting thing to ask. And I know it's like more money or whatever. So yeah, that is everything that was running through my head yesterday. So good morning to you guys. um Today I am doing the finishing up the Dreamer pack with Patreon, and I am really excited about that. I was supposed to be getting my 1 inch webbing, 1 inch elastic in the mail, but it didn't come in time. What's a Scantex? The kid. So, or like a QR code, I have that at my table all the time. And because like people would rather have a QR code than a business card nowadays, which kind of makes sense. Because one QR code can bring you to everything that you have, your Instagram, your Facebook, your Shopify, all that stuff. I really recommend someone getting the have QR codes when you do business. It just makes your life a whole lot easier. Um, Even if you want to have your QR code printed out on a business card, it literally will make your whole life easier. Um, so today I'm doing the Dreamer pack. I wanted to do the binding with elastic so I can report back to you. We did a binding on the lower 3D pocket with Biani elastics. Good morning. And I liked the way it looked, but unfortunately my Biani had a hole in it. And I have this whole thing with elastic about how it may shred or whatnot. And when it catches a snag, kind of like a pantyhose or a tight. So I'm curious on how that's going to work, especially because where the binding is, it's really close to the zipper, the opening and closing for the zipper. So it's kind of interesting on where that it's at. But I unfortunately don't have enough elastic to do the whole entire bag. So this is going to be interesting. I'm going to iron out some binding when I get off here for that. So I'm really excited about that because I like how the Dreamer pack comes together. It's really pretty. If you have not made it, you definitely should. It it looks better than any lounge fly bag that you will ever make. The proportions are nice and the gussets are total chef kiss. Like Georgia, I don't know what she's really good with her gussets. And I don't say that lightly because there's a lot of people in the bag making game that are really good, but like every bag that I've ever made from her, I've never had an issue with gussets like trying to like pull them, like snip them into place or it like she has them like perfect. I don't know if she like tests over and over again, but they're like no matter what material I have, they always fit in place. So I'm really excited to finish this bag and see all of everybody's bag. We're doing some really cool modifications, and I'm excited about that too. I need to get my work area prepped for that because we're going to be using the people in Patreon are either going to be using cam snaps or 24 line snaps for some of the modifications we have today. So I thought it's going to be fun. And then I'm just basically for the rest of the day trying to delegate like making project packs everywhere for different bags that I need to make and cut out certain things so I could put them into like UFO bags so that way when as I work throughout the week I can just grab a bag and go and just start working. So no, it's not evening tea. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Here's the bag. This is the Rowan Minimalist. With the Rowan Minimalist, there's no zippers on the the two outsides. So this is my take on um the Goonies. So you see, remember you were with me in the morning when I was burning, trying to make this look more vintage. And so there's the pirates. You got all the Goonies. So with the minimalist, like with the other one I did, they are zipper pockets here. And every time I do the minimalist, I legit feel guilty because like I want to do the other one. I decided to bring the main fabric into here. You have a nice zipper pocket. I put my I'm not a big fan of this vinyl right here, but it is like the thickest vinyl. Like I'm not a fan. You already know just because how I feel. Just because you can sew over it doesn't mean you should. It was just way too bulky. So I just put a regular zipper a pocket here, and then the slip pocket that Shannon has, and her pattern. And then of course, you know, the sides expand. It was really interesting because in one of my somebody had a question about the expansion, and I'm like sometimes the worst person with words. So I was trying to explain to them how it expands, and I gave the link to it because I was like, yeah, it opens up and it gets bigger. Because usually you see pictures of one or the other, not like side by side. This is what it looks like when it expands, and this is what it looks like when it's closed. So totally get it if you didn't know what this pattern is, but it's really, really cool. I had a lot of fun making this. I just kept getting interrupted. The minimalist is it's super fast. Of like if you're looking for a faster make, but you want that same shape of this bag of the Rowena, this is the bag for you. And then you can add like the zipper to it to give it that extra, va va voom. I like the magnets, but hands down the zipper is my favorite. I don't know. I don't know why. I know it's more hardware and your forced zipper tape, and it just looks so like it just looks so good. And I don't know. I just like the way it looks, and I think that if you have a lot of zipper like pulls that you really want to show off your flare, that this is the area. I mean, because it's so solid and just like so pretty, you're really showcasing your zipper pulls, and I think that's cool. So the pirate booty coins that I like, I'm 100% sure that this is like for Jack Sparrow, but just because it's a pirate coin, I'm gonna call it the one I Willie. That was right there. I put there. So I was able to incorporate both of those, and I really do like it. I think my burn these don't say die ever is pretty cool. I incorporated a little bit of some khaki water resistant canvas just to give it a little bit of color and dimension, and also give it being stable. But this vinyl doesn't need to be stable. I don't know, this vinyl is supremely thick. It is from Sam's Creation. I have never had vinyl this thick before. It has like, I don't know, I'm gonna say this like the best way possible. You know how when you're on the wrong side of the vinyl and it has so much meat. That makes sense. And that makes sense because normally there's like netting or it's like a little fuzzing back. It's like thick. It has like meat. I'm like, I don't know if I have a piece, but it's very unusual. I have never worked with vinyl this thick before. Um, and it was a challenge in some spots. And again, you know how I am. I don't just because it's a big bulk doesn't mean you need to sew over it. Just sewing over it doesn't make it look good. It's like, don't do it. But I had some fun. And I got to use one of my favorite my zipper ends. I love Fireweed Stitches zipper ends. They're my favorite because they look so unusual. So I got to do that. So I'm really excited because I mean, the Goonies are going to be there, so I have like 2 or 3 Goonie bags in the process, but that's all I have, and I think Backstitch so much. I miss Backstitch because when that fabric ran, I immediately bought it, and I was like, I have no idea what I'm gonna buy it for. I had none. This is what I'm talking about. Like everything happens for a reason. I don't believe in coincidences. It just something tells you to buy something now. It's usually for a purpose later. For me, this is it. No one would have told me the Goonies are going to be there at AwesomeCon and this is their 40-year anniversary. So like people are going to be going ham over it, but unfortunately I'm only going to have like 3 or 4 bags that are Goonie related. Maybe pop out a wallet. Good morning, Shannon. Thank you. Thank you, Christine. Yeah, I feel like it's better security too. I don't know. I have really weird lucks with magnets. The only magnets that I like are the riveted magnets. I do use the prong ones because when I buy magnets for like embellishments, I hate not using them. I feel like I feel like guilty that I'm not using them, if that makes sense. Like you need to use your stash. So I'll use them in projects, but my favorite things are the riveted ones. They do cost a higher price point. I don't get mine from Cam Snap because I don't have a Cam Snap tool. I have a Buckle Guy. So Buckle Guy and Cam Snap's rivets are completely different. I can show you both of them at a later date and you'll see their rivet posts are different and their heads are different. And so if you use one on the other, it can not set properly and have like a messed up post, and your magnet's going to fall apart eventually. because I thought I can be slick and buy some iridescent ones and use it in my buckle guy, and no, I couldn't. This is I digress. I'm sorry. And but that's the only issue if you are looking into buckle guy. They for some reason they do not believe in iridescent or rose gold. They sometimes they have rose gold, but like most of the time it's just antique brass, electric black, gunmetal black, nickel, and gold. That's it. But most of the hardware I work with is usually antique brass. But I thought for sure because I was gonna make myself another Triskel, and I wanted, the riveted magnets, and I was like, "I'm just gonna buy a set and put them in." They're different. And if you have a there's a couple other name brands that have riveted, magnets. I just for giggles, I went and just purchased a set of the rivets, and they're all different. And it's very interesting how they do that. Like, so they really make you loyal to their brand because you would need to buy like die adjusters and all that stuff just to get it to work. And who has time or money for that? Good morning. Yeah, they just don't. Well, actually, who has rose gold and rainbow, Nikki? Tandy. Tandy leather. And they also have antique silver. It will cost you an arm and a leg. They have so if you've been buying antique silver like from Olivia, don't sleep on antique silver. I think it's going to be the new thing, and you know why I also think it's going to be a new thing because in the Christmas box for Sally Tomatoes, that was one of the days. I think they're going to start carrying that as well. Antique silver is dope. It is amazing. That I will it'll be like antique brass and then antique silver will be like right here for me. I just like the way it looks. It looks more rugged. And whenever a gentleman has it that I make them a custom bag, they're in love with it. So who carries it right now? Like I don't see individual pieces from Olivia, but like her magnets, like like if there's a special decorative hardware, she carries it in that that plating way. So I didn't see anybody having it. So I went into my Tanny Leather and they had like a whole aisle of antique silver. And then they had a whole aisle of rainbow iridescent. And their iridescent rivets are cheaper to buy there than to get like at other places. It's first a sticker price, but then when you break down the individual costs from buying from another country or buying a smaller packs, like $9 for 20 rivets or whatever, it's actually cheaper to go through Tandy Leather. And then for the antique silver, I love buying the antique silver um from like Alchemats, and then I always get stuck because I'm like, wait, I don't have any antique silver hardware. Then I go to Tandy. Then on our Christmas box, we got antique silver from Sally Tomato, and I feel like that's something they're going to be rolling out. I think they're rolling it out probably with their Bag of the Month Club. I don't know if you heard of what they're doing. They're working with individual designers, so they're going to have a bag of the month themselves, and it's every month. And they release the designers for first four names. The first one in February, I believe, is Blue Calla, and then I think it's Country Cow. They're all names that we know. And they're going to release like fabric, the whole thing. There's going to be a kit. I have a feeling I might be wrong, but I think one of these kits probably going to have these antique brass colors because that they like to tease us. They do like Easter eggs in our Christmas box. The fact that they had a whole antique brass plating means that I think it's going to be coming at Sally Tomato, which makes me really excited because their hardware is more affordable than Tandy, which that means that I could buy more antique stuff, zipper pulls, and everything from Olivia when I'm ordering my nerdy stuff, and I can get my regular antique silver from somewhere like, you know, Sally Tomato. Sorry. I have no poker face. Like if you and I ever play poker, you could tell if I have a good hand or bad because like it's written all over my face. So when I read comments sometimes, I'm sorry. Yeah, they're one of the few. Yeah. I have a ton. You do? I love antique silver. Like, that is my favorite colorway right now. Like, if it's, like, right up here with antique brass, like, there's something so rugged and masculine, but feminine and just so raw about it that I absolutely love it, and, like, anytime I can get that colorway from, in a pre-order, I do. I always do, and then I always get mad at myself because 'cause I'm like, I have no D-rings, no I can't even make a basic strap. Yeah, they do look better when they age. I was talking I was showing a picture to Christine because I was trying to get my Padme hitchhiker, and I was showing her how my process was, and she was like, "Oh my god, the rose gold is so pretty," right? And it is. I hate and I love rose gold. Here's my thing. Either I make a bag that is such a baddie that everybody wants to have it when I put it out on my table because people are drawn to rose gold. I know my wedding band's rose gold. People are drawn to it. Or I make a catastrophe that makes me want to burn every hardware that I've ever seen in rose gold. It's like it's no in between. It's either the best bag I ever made or the worst. And so when I pull it out, I have some kind of reluctant, like, okay, I'm gonna about to do this. Is it going to work out? So yeah, I have it. So I'm gonna do Padme. She's gonna be in this really pretty purple, and I'm gonna quilt it, and then I have some really beautiful patches that represent some of her dresses, and, I got some rose gold hardware from, Olivia, and I'm gonna make a Padme hitchhiker, and I'm here for it, and from Gardini, I got the rose gold, edge paint. Yeah, this is about to be lit. Okay. I'm really excited about it. And rose gold, yes, I like rose gold on purple. It looks super like chic to me. It looks like it's like because certain colors in certain fractions of the world back in the days, certain colors meant certain like attributes in your life. Like, are you a upper class? Are you part of like the queen's staff? Are you royalty? So like purple's always been like super up there. So if you put purple with rose gold, it just looks like that's a baddie. That's a baddie. I think it's gonna be good, but it took me a while because I literally took an hour and a half. Anyone that ever goes on the phone with me when I'm starting a project, they will know it takes me forever to put things together because I will analyze myself over and over again because I'm trying to put my head into what I think a customer would like, and then I will start getting the color wheel out, like what colors go with rose gold. Then I have to do a separate color wheel. This person is royalty. She was queen. So like I gotta pick colors that represent a queen. It's it's a lot. It's a lot. And you can't mess with Star Wars people. Like they'll don't don't ever mess with Star Wars. Like I get a lot of flack for him. Okay, my BB-8 is not it's not BB-8. Sh I named it Nova. Yeah, call me a narcissist, I don't know, okay? But he was, like, rolling around with me, right? And they were like, "That's not BB-8." And I'm like, "Obviously, he's purple." Like yeah. Yeah, people got mad at But, like, the Star Wars universe don't play. And if you guys come to my room, you can obviously see I'm a fan. Like if you look right through here, you can see the blueprints to the Millennium Falcon, like the Death Star, how to construct them. Come to my room and you'll be like, Shano. That's why if you ever hear one of my kids, they'll stop like right here. And all of them, their little ADH minds are focusing on different stuff. Like if Kindle comes down here, he's focusing on the Korra. Um or like the Dragon Ball Z or something, or like I have zombies, Care Bears, which I am trying to get someone to draw for me on a print. It's like it's zombie bears, and then they have the gummy bears, and it says zombie bears are bouncing here and we're bouncing everywhere. And as they're bouncing, they're like biting people. I bought this artwork like 10 years ago, but whatever. And then then it's just a little bit of everything. So I belong at a Comic-Con because 'cause I'm a nerd. I'm a certifiable nerd. And Shannon, I wish I can fly you out and you could work my booth with me because all the like, so many of the cast members of Lord of the Ring is going to be at AwesomeCon. That's why I'm making so many Lord of the Ring things. So we have Liv Tyler that's coming. We have Orlando Bloom that's coming, and the guy. Why do I always want to call him? Why do I always want to call him just Sam? Just I know he has a name, like, the thing is, the reason why I think I forget it is because when he was on, Stranger Things, like, my daughter loathed him because she was like, "The mom belongs with Packer." I'm like, I mean, my mo he belongs with like, she was so upset that he was dating, like, it wasn't even funny, like, my daughter was, like, invested, like, Sean Austin, yes, he will be he's coming. So and there's rumor that there's gonna be more. I will be dressing up like an elf on Saturday. It's happening. So, I gotta get my costume together. So, like, this is yeah, I have stormtroopers here, I have my black saber over there. I have I have Baby Yoda right here, but he freaks me out, so I have, like, I have, like, a wall thing that kinda goes into my sticks that my of rulers because I don't know, does Baby Yoda not freak anyone else out? Like, he just and he's kinda evil. He ate, like, the frog lady's babies. Like, no, why are we not talking about this? Good morning. So, yeah, all these people are coming. We have the Goonies, like, a lot of the voice actors, from different shows. We have a couple people from Firefly that are coming, so I'm making a couple things from there, and I am, like, on cloud 9 because when there are actors, like, on this level coming to AwesomeCon, that means that we're gonna be jam-packed. The more packed and more traffic we have, that means the more sales I get and the more interactions with people, like people busting out in music and people dressing to their nines in their cosplay, and it's just so much fun. It is chaotic. Like, by the time I get back to the hotel room, I just wanna, like, die in the pillow real quick, but it's beautiful chaos, and I think that everybody needs to have a little bit of chaos in their life, and I do definitely get that with AwesomeCon, so yeah, it is. I believe everyone, if you're a nerd, you need to go to a Comic-Con. Whether you're vending or not, you need to go. You just need to see everything around you. It is amazing. If you're in California, you're in the original Comic-Con, go to San Diego Comic-Con. It's like a whole week thing, and it's amazing. If you're in New York, what are you doing? New York Comic-Con is like the best Comic-Con, and there's ones in North Carolina, Atlanta. Atlanta, if you don't go, seriously, Dragon Con is like, what? There's C2E2, and not only do you get to have a chance to accidentally bump into stars, which I have accidentally bumped into a lot of stars, um, but you have like, you're around like-minded people that like the same kind of genres as you, and then you get to hear music and people's stories and costumes and cosplay. Then there's, like, balls, like, I went to a Harry Potter one, and there was, like at night, you had to dress up for the wizarding ball, and it was just crazy cool. So, I honestly think that people should do things like that because, 1, we don't re as you get older, you really don't get to have that magic that you had when you were a kid, like, when you think about Santa Claus, when you have winter break or summer break, you don't have that spark of magic and hope that everything's gonna be awesome and cool. So, I feel like this is something that adults can do and just for a moment in time, have that magic, and it's not gonna cost you an arm and a leg like Orlando Disney World. So, it's cool. Yeah, dude, I'm just saying, I don't know. Baby Yoda is, like, freaky to me. I don't think he's cute. I don't think he's cute at all. I think his magic I mean, him being I think okay, for him turning into a Mandalorian, I'm just, like, a little bit rolling my eyes, whatever. So, like, I think his force is, like, awesome. And I was kinda happy to see him because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, yeah, Yoda," like, right? I'm excited. But he freaks me out, like, he needs to get older because he freaks me out. But I'm not gonna lie, older Yoda kinda freaked me out until I seen him fight. I was like, "Oh, shit." I understand. I understand. Yeah. Yeah, there another one to one, it was wrapped around the building twice. It is crazy. If you're in the Delmarva area and you can go for one day, I would recommend Saturday, but you're gonna don't buy the food. It's like buying food at Disneyland. Don't buy the food. It's expensive. Yes, it's gonna be like some crazy cool stuff, but just don't buy the food. It's just too expensive. Unless you're balling like that, then go for it. But you could put that money and buy on Artist Alley to people that can buy for artists, or, like, people that are, like, manufacture toys that you normally couldn't get online or anywhere, or just people in person. Like, one year, they have the lady there I have her calendar. The lady who designed all of Elsa's dresses, yeah, trust and believe, there's a person that just designs all of Elsa's dresses in Florida, in the Frozen. She was there, and she has her own, she does her own little art, and she signed each personal art to the person, and, it's crazy. I have her Coco Chanel up here. I have her Supernova, her for astrology, I freaked out, I don't know. I'm I'm big, and then this year, they're gonna have also the guy that he's the last, producer and director on the original Lord of the Ring cartoon. I have my play script, so he's gonna sign that. He has to sign that. Yeah. So, yep, all I'm gonna be doing today is hanging out with Patreon and doing project packs and just stuff around the house and getting thing and, doing new QR code cards. I try to do them unique. I did it like a square last year, but then it didn't really fit in people's card slots right, so trying to figure something else out. I do have it, where you tap on my table and you can see it, but I like to also pass out individual cards because people are quick to tap their QR code and then transfer all over, so hopefully I can get that done. And I also want to put QR codes on my labels on for my bags with the price quote, so that could double down as another additional card, so that my stuff is floating out there. But that's it. That's all I have for you today. So I hope you have a really awesome day, and I will talk to you tomorrow on Wednesday.